Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Yo.
to Opinion City's Bend the Knee 2 pre-show.
Yeah.
We are just hours away, literally hours
Hours.
away from the brand new show from Royalty Wrestling. This is their big show of the year. This is Bend
Season
the
finale.
Knee 2. This is it. This is where everything gets settled. This is where it all goes down, and we are super excited to be here with you to talk about Bend the Knee. We are here live and in person together once again. I am King Ralph. That's Parmesan. And we are going to get you all ready for Bend the Knee. We are super excited for today's show. There's a lot of great stuff happening, a lot of great matches. Let's get into it right away. Our first match we're going to talk about today. This is the Open Challenge Murloc. Once again, presenting an Open Challenge.
Indeed.
And Murloc has had some really massive competitors up to this point.
Yeah.
So I guess the question now is,
who's going to answer the call?
Who's going to step up to Murloc? Who is going to take Murloc down? Sean, do you have any guesses?
I mean, it's tough when it's Open Challenges. It could literally be anybody.
Sure.
Literally. Sure. But for the season finale, I think you'd want someone big, a big name that could possibly conquer Murloc.
Okay.
And we were just talking about this off the air.
Sure. Now we're talking about it on the air.
And now we're talking about it on the air. But
great transition.
There's a name that went out that just seemed to me like a big name that would be. Plus, they have history. So one of my first thoughts was Mike Quackenbush.
Oh, interesting.
You want someone big. That's a big name.
Interesting.
That's a big name.
We've heard rumors that one Mike Quackenbush himself may be there. Now, I, on the other hand, had a different thought. I thought, well, okay, so maybe it might not be someone from this kingdom that's going to challenge.
Right.
Maybe it's someone from another kingdom. And in another kingdom, we know that there is a competitor that has a massive challenge coming up in the future, and they may want to tune up and test themselves to this for that match. So I'm thinking that we could see a competitor from another kingdom, one Big Calix, ride in on his horse into the kingdom of Royalty Wrestling and join us for Bend the Knee. All right. Well, in either instance, do we see someone being able to come in and defeat Murloc, or do we see Murloc?
I don't know, man. Murloc's been on a tear ever since he's been in Royalty.
Sure,
so I mean,
and it is Murloc.
Yeah,
You know, the creature of the deep, the murky menace, as it would be.
He's terrifying, and I wouldn't want to be on the opposite side of him.
I hate to pick against Murloc, and especially being that we don't know who he's challenging.
Unknown.
But this could be quite the challenge for Murloc, to say the least. Now, hearkening back to the days of tag team warfare, and when we talk about tag team warfare, we're not talking about tag teams warfaring against each other. We are talking about tag teams warfaring against each other. It's Jet Matthews taking on Crash Maverick. And before we get into this, let's take a look at exactly how this match came to be.
Roll it.
Jet Matthews, come on. You haven't been playing like yourself today.
I know, Crash, I know.
What's going on?
I'm just not myself today. And honestly, man, I haven't been myself since last year's Bend the Knee when Castle beat me.
Bend the Knee? Well, guess what? The Duke reached out to me, and on June 6th at Bend the Knee 2, there's one spot left in the gauntlet match. And I was like, what better than the Party Crashers reuniting again and getting our sweet revenge on the Gatekeepers and bringing home the Knights of the Squared Circle. What do you say?
Crash, I have to say no. Like I just told you, man, I'm just not myself. I'm questioning if I even belong in Royalty Wrestling.
How do we fix it? Come on, how do I get Jet Matthews back?
I need a one-on-one match at Bend the Knee to prove that I belong, and not just against anybody. I don't need an easy or practice match. I need someone that's going to give me the match of my career, someone that knows every move that I'm going to make before I make it. Crash, I need you one-on-one at Bend the Knee. Not out of hate or anger, but someone who's one of the greatest to ever do it, to prove to me that I still belong.
Well, it is the Hulkster versus the Macho Man. It is Sean versus Marty. It is, dare I say, Axe and Smash at the Royal Rumble. It is the Party Crashers Explode. And I just want to say that I came up with that. That wasn't something that Royalty decided, but it came to me. The Party Crashers Explode. So listen, we've got Crash Maverick, Mr. Thumbs Up himself against the King of the Good Times, Jet Matthews. And for those that have been looking at the Party Crashers and thinking, okay, these are two of Royalty's biggest stars, most popular stars, what would happen? Fantasy warfare, fantasy booking. What would happen if these two stepped in the ring together? And at Bend the Knee 2, hot damn, we are getting that. We will find out. All right. So Sean, what do you see happening here? Because you've got Jet Matthews on one hand, who, as he said, listen, he was at the very first Bend the Knee. He won the Capture the Flag match. He challenged Castle and came within a whisper's breath of picking up that win and getting the Holy Grail.
Right.
You have that on one side, and then you've got Crash Maverick on the other side. No slouch in his own right. The two of these guys have been on a tear as the Party Crashers. If you look at Royalty Wrestling, you could probably for a long time split the crowd right down the middle, and you had Crash on one side and Jet on the other because they're so popular. So what do you see happening in this match?
I mean, it's gonna obviously be a friendly fight, as Jet said.
Okay,
but as we have seen in past friendly matches, things can get kind of in the heat of the moment.
You make a good point, and
things may happen, and they might start doing it like for real, like.
Well, listen, they are competitors.
Like,
this is a match, and I feel like when you have Jet calling out Crash and saying, "Hey, I need the best because I need to know whether I still belong,"
right?
Like they're gonna put it on the line against each other. They are going to, they are really going to give it their all. I think because they want to, Jet has something to prove. Crash has something to prove, whether they're friends or not.
Now, do you see
huge
Jet getting the win here? Do you see Jet conquering the Double Shades master Crash Maverick?
So here's my thought on this, and this is as far as putting them up against each other, a lot of things to think about here. Very evenly matched, but for me, the one thing that speaks to me in this matchup is what Jet Matthews said to Crash. He's like, I need to know if I still belong. So is Jet Matthews looking at this as a match against Crash Maverick, or is he looking further ahead saying, hey, I need to get through this match to prove I still belong here because I've got other things on the horizon.
Almost like a stepping stone.
I want to get back in the Holy Grail picture. Is he going to be overlooking Crash, thinking about that? So I don't know. I think that this is gonna get heated, and I think that
might get ugly.
I hate to say that this could be the start of something here as the Party Crashers explode. I'm going with Crash Maverick on this one. I think Crash, man of few words, a man of one thumb. I think that Crash Maverick gets the win. What say you, Sean?
I mean, I'm on the latter side. I guess I'm going opposite. I'm going with Jet Matthews. I think if he has something to improve and he wants to really prove himself, and he thinks that getting to, I don't think he's overlooking Crash. I think what he said is true. He does see Crash as one of the great competitors here in Royalty. So I think.
So you think Jet's got this one?
I think Jet is gonna. It's gonna be a hard fought battle, but I think Jet in the end is gonna get on top.
All right. Well, moving on to our next match. Here we have another interesting match in the history of Royalty Wrestling, and this one is the I yield match between Deus Ex Machina and one Baron Mind. And before we get into this, let's hear from the two competitors in this contest.
Deus Ex Machina came to Royalty Wrestling at its inception with a mission to accomplish. Wrongs to right, the world to save from future capitalism. But from the very beginning, a malignant force has been bent, keeping me from that destiny. Barren mind. I will not allow this to continue. Hurt shoulder or no, this all ends for us at Bend the Knee 2. And at Royalty Wrestling, they've got something I think is just perfect for the two of us. They call it I Yield. No pins, no disqualifications. That bell doesn't ring until someone's will breaks. June 6th. I'll be waiting.
All right, and let's hear from his competitor in the I Yield match, Barren Mind.
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina, you speak of destiny? It's your destiny to save Royalty Wrestling's future? See, I wasn't chosen by fate. Fate is chosen by me. And the future belongs to those strong enough to take it! You challenged me to an I Yield match? You want to break my will? Barren Mind's will is absolute, and I will do everything in my power to watch you and your future fall.
All right, the I Yield match, and strong
Tough
words
words.
from both
Tough
competitors. So a number of things to unpack here. Obviously, this is like the closest thing I think we have in Royalty Wrestling to a blood feud. These guys have been
For real.
at each other since the beginning, and Deus Ex Machina talking about a destiny to fulfill, something that he came here to accomplish, and we don't really know much about what that destiny is,
Right?
But we do know that for some reason Barren Mind just has taken exception to Deus Ex Machina, and it's almost like the yin and the yang,
Almost
here.
like Batman and Joker.
Indeed. And I find it interesting that Deuce used the phrase that this ends for us at Bend the Knee 2, because as you just mentioned with Batman and Joker, it's almost like they're so diametrically opposed you can't have one without the other.
Right,
It's like you
right.
can't have good without evil or
Right.
evil without good.
Yep.
And these two have gotten to the point where there's nothing left but to yield to the other.
Mhm.
And Sean, what do you see happening in this one?
Man, I've been saying for months and months now that everyone falls to Barren Mind across universes.
Yes, in many
However, I am a big one of the big Deuce fans out there.
Yes.
And I think this is finally his time to shut Barren Mind up and to make him actually finally fall to Deus Ex Machina in what I'm sure is going to be a grueling battle.
Well, as Barren Mind called him, Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah,
I don't know. Listen, we know we've seen Barren Mind across many kingdoms, including royalty, and Barren Mind is a very, very tough competitor, and a lot of this really stems from the shoulder injury that Deus Ex Machina has inflicted by one Barren Mind
multiple times.
It's like we've been leading up to this, and I'm just I hate to bet against either of these guys because they're both amazing competitors, but I feel like when it comes down to it, that shoulder could be the factor in who wins and who loses here. And can Deuce overcome that? I don't know. I don't want to bet against Deuce, but it is a very tough situation to have to really kind of figure out here, because again, we're talking about this this shoulder injury, right? And if you think about it, that really sort of plays into exactly what we're talking about when it comes to the idea of an I Yield match, which of course, as we know, is really essentially the I Quit match, but it doesn't mean that much more, because again, we're talking about yielding, is that, could that be something even more intense? Could that be something even more meaningful as
Right.
far as this feud goes? Because we're at a point now where I feel like we are right there. It's got to end one way or the other.
Right.
It's got to end. So you're taking Deus Ex Machina.
I am taking Deus Ex Machina.
I gotta go with Bear in Mind, just because I feel like, and nothing against Deus, but I feel like that shoulder injury is going to be a massive hindrance. All right. Well, we've talked about singles matches. It is now time to get into some actual tag team matches here. And this one is a big one. This one is for the Knights of the Squared Circle Shields.
Yeah.
And of course, we know the Gatekeepers will be defending this in a tag team gauntlet. So it's interesting to me that we're looking at a gauntlet here. A big challenge for both of the Gatekeepers, stepping into this at first, not knowing whether or not this is going to be who they're actually going to be wrestling.
Right.
It's it was a mystery to begin with, and then as we got closer to the event, it started out. We started finding out some of the participants, and the first team to step up is a team that we've seen before.
Yes.
A team that we know pretty well, but in my estimation, one of the more dangerous teams in royalty wrestling, in
Psych Ward,
which I mean, this is kind of crazy here that Psych Ward is stepping up to take the challenge. What are your thoughts on Psych Ward?
I think they're insane. First of all,
that's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
They are an amazing tag team because they are so insane, and because their insanity works very well together.
Oddly
it's
enough,
like a holy matrimony of insanity.
Oddly enough, it does work very well together. I don't quite understand how it all works together, but it definitely works together. So
right.
I'm interested to see, though, because again, now we're starting to get into a different realm for the Psych Ward, because they're not just stepping in there against any competitors, they're stepping in there against the Knights of the Squared Circle. Now,
indeed,
that is not the only team that stepped up.
No, it is not.
Another interesting team to step up. Boom! It's the Lost Boys.
2/3 of the Lost Boys.
Miles Penn and Ryan Riz here are stepping up to take the challenge, and it's really been interesting to see what they have been able to do as well, because they are of, I guess you would call it, a different breed. They are some creatures of another kind, and it'll be interesting to see, because they are currently without the person that seemed to kind of take the lead here.
No Ethan.
So we don't know the status of Ethan either. So could Ethan show up in this match? We don't know. Now, the last team, interestingly enough, we found out first that Selrina would be joining forces with someone to hop into this match, and we weren't quite sure who that was going to be until we saw one person step up.
Yep.
Main man Manny jumping in the picture here to side with Selrina and challenge for the Knights of the Squared Circle Shields. So here, we're looking at this match. We have three well-established teams, and then Selrina and Manny maybe not as well-established as the others. But before we really get into our predictions here, let's hear from the Gatekeepers about this match.
Do it.
Royalty, bad things are coming your way, because 6 people are being thrown into the meat grinder. That is Brother Bedlam, Dylan Cross, the Gatekeepers, as they try to take these from our hands.
This was fate. It always was.
Always was.
They did everything they could to drive a wedge between us. They did everything they could to make sure that we didn't exist anymore. And we handled everything that they threw at us.
everything.
We closed the psych ward. We clipped the wings of the galactic dragons. We put a stake through the heart of the vampires. And we're gonna do it all in one night, baby.
One night.
Greatest hits. Brother Bedlam and Dylan Cross will be the knights of the squared circle forever. They will all bend the knee.
Forever. Yeah. Woo. Woo.
All right. So here we go. All right. Some really strong words from the gatekeepers. And I got to say, we've got, again, this is a tag team gauntlet. So there is going to be a lot for the gatekeepers.
Yep.
We don't know the order. We don't know how it's going to go down.
Right.
But the gatekeepers, as the Knights of the Squared Circle, I think have a real advantage here, even though they're in this tag team gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thought. So this is where I'm at with it.
Right.
I feel like the gatekeepers are on another level now, and it's not just because
they're right here.
Well, but it's not just because they have the Knights
Okay.
of the Squared Circle shields. It's not just because of that. I feel like Dylan Cross has really, really stepped up, found his voice, found his confidence, and at one point, it kind of felt like you had different levels here. Brother Bedlam was way up here and Dylan Cross was down here. But man, they have found a way to even the playing field between them and become this cohesive unit. And I'm sorry, but it's going to take some real scary people to come in there and pry those shields from their cold, dead hands. And I just don't think, as much as I think some of these teams really have chemistry and really work together well, I don't see anybody pulling these titles from the gatekeepers.
No,
I'm sorry.
don't. Yeah,
the gatekeepers are on a roll.
The 6 of you, the rest of you, you are amazing competitors, and I will not deny that. But like Ralph said, the gatekeepers are on top of their game, and you're gonna have to pry off of their cold dead hands if you want those shields off of Brother and Dylan.
And they are not just on top of their game, they are on top of the Royalty Wrestling Tag Team Division, and I don't see anything changing here. I think this is just a bigger challenge, but when the eventual winners do stand up at the end of this with the Knights of the Squared Circle shields, they will have proven something very impressive here at Bend the Knee 2, and I'm really excited for this match.
Yeah,
I think
it's going to be probably one of the best matches of the night.
I think this could steal the show. All right.
Speaking of stealing the show.
Listen, speaking of stealing the show, speaking of big matches,
big one.
It's
the big one.
Time. It is time for the fight for the Holy Grail, as Castle Rolfenstein, who has taken on all challengers, defeated all challengers at this point, is going up against the current winner of the Capture the Flag match, the red flag himself. It's Dirty Love challenging Castle Rolfenstein. Let's hear from our Holy Grail holder, Castle Rolfenstein.
Dirty Love. I must admit, I never expected someone like you to make it this far. But then again, the wrestling gods are full of surprises. This past year, I have been challenged and tested in ways I did not think were possible. Dirty Love, I heard what you said. Love always wins. This Saturday at Bend the Knee, I'm gonna make you swallow your pride. Welcome to Castle Rolfenstein.
All right. Well, let's hear from the challenger who had this to say about his upcoming match at Bend the Knee.
You know, everybody's always trying to avoid red flags. You know, they'll see one and they'll run the opposite direction. But Dirty Love, I'm kind of into them. And maybe that's how I got this red flag right here. And now, this red flag is the key to the gates of Castle Rolfenstein, who is sitting atop the kingdom of royalty wrestling, just holding that Holy Grail hostage. And everybody's saying how big and strong he is, which is fair. Or how it's almost impossible to conquer Castle Rolfenstein. Or even how this love story for me is already written with a tragic ending. But Castle, you've never had a date with somebody quite like Dirty Love. You've never been in the ring with somebody that's so charismatic, so magnetic, so, what's the word I'm looking for? Dirty. So Castle, the kingdom can have one last look at its tyrant. Because after it's all said and done, this love story between us ends with me holding the Holy Grail, maybe with some red wine in it, and, you know, in the end, love always wins.
All right. Well, this is the big one for the Holy Grail.
big
It is
one.
Castle Rolfenstein defending against Capture the Flag winner, Dirty Love. Some interesting comments from both of them.
Yes.
Castle,
Yes.
as confident as always. Again, maybe a little surprised that Dirty Love won Capture the Flag and this opportunity, but Castle still extremely confident, and we know the confidence is just exploding out of Dirty Love. And the words from Dirty Love there. So we're at a bit of a crossroads here. We're at the season finale, and Castle Rolfenstein looking to stay undefeated and keep that Holy Grail, but there is quite the challenger in Dirty Love. He is really been embraced by the fans as of late, and they are really behind him in his quest for the Holy Grail. So Sean, what do you see happening tonight at Bend the Knee 2?
You know, I said it at Bend the Knee last year when I bet against Castle, and I was wrong. I'm going to go for a double, and I'm going to double down, and I'm going to say that I think Dirty Love is going to beat Castle Rolfenstein. I think it is year 2 time, like I said last year, ad nauseum, that Castle is going to lose. So I'm going to, again, double down my chips here on this one and say it is Dirty Love's time. Castle is losing the Grail.
Wow. Bold prediction.
Doubling down from last year.
So I have a hard time betting against Castle.
It's hard,
but
it is hard.
You know, I feel like Dirty Love is on a roll here, and I feel like there is a want and almost a need for real change here in the kingdom of royalty wrestling. And so I don't know. I want to go with Castle because he's
been unstoppable.
It's Castle Rolfenstein. He is, steamrolled people, and even last year at Bend the Knee, fending off that challenge from Jet Matthews, which was probably one of the biggest challenges he's had to date. But I feel like Dirty Love's got the momentum to, carry this one across the goal line. And I think tonight we see our second ever Holy Grail holder crowned this evening, as I believe that Dirty Love is going to take the Holy Grail from Castle Rolfenstein, and we will see a brand new Holy Grail holder and a brand new era in the kingdom of royalty wrestling. All right, well, if you are in the Sellersville area tonight, head over to the Forest Lodge on Old Bethlehem Pike. Get there early. Doors open at 6, bell time 7 p.m. for the season finale of Royalty Wrestling. It is Bend the Knee 2, and it is going to be a banger of a show. If you have not been to a royalty show before,
what are you doing?
Why have you not been there? Because it is an incredible experience. The crowd is amazing. Get there, get a good seat, get ready to watch all of the action from the Forest Lodge in Sellersville, PA, all the royalty wrestling action at Bend the Knee 2.
That's
It's going
right.
to be an incredible
That's
show.
right.
We will be there. We will be conducting some interviews before the show. We will be joined by one of the newest members of our team. So definitely keep an eye out for that, as well as our Bend the Knee 2 interviews come out this week. And who knows, maybe we'll get a chance to talk to whoever's holding the grail after the show is over. But either way, it is going to be an incredible show, one you are not going to want to miss. Be there, be a part of the crowd, see the action, see who challenges Murloc, see the Party Crashers explode. Find out who yields in this amazing contest, who steps out as the Knights of the Squared Circle after the gauntlet.
That's right.
And the big one. Who walks away with the Holy Grail. All right. Well, for Parmesan, I'm King Ralph. This has been the Bend the Knee 2 pre-show, getting you ready for tonight's card. Be there or be square. Get there and enjoy the show, and we will see you at Bend the Knee 2.